what does that look like working together, right? Because you go from dating, well, you're still dating, but you're together, you're doing your own thing, you're doing this, and then now you almost by accident, like you weren't trying to recruit him at all.
Right.
But this business, it almost recruits for itself, right? I mean, what you're saying or what you said to her, what you were thinking is no different to compared to what everybody else is thinking when they see our stuff online. Like,
Exactly.
holy shit, that's a lot of those numbers are big. I've had people tell me I didn't even know what those numbers were. I just knew they were big numbers.
Right.
Because you don't. I mean, we a lot of what we post is what we issued. Right. There's compensation rates in there, all kinds of stuff, but it's close to what people make. Right. In a nutshell. But most people look at. I don't know what that is, but I know it's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But starting off, like how did you treat him any different because you guys were together? Like. Talk to me about that recruiting training process because it worked. I mean, 3 years in a row, Hall of Fame. You're about to be 4th time.
Yep.
So it worked. So what did you do?
Yeah, so one thing I knew like about myself, and we were in the field at that time, so we were face to face.
Right.
I knew that I could train people to sell insurance,
Okay.
and I still know that. I could train people to sell insurance, and I've been doing it long enough. But what else I knew was it always comes back to the basic fundamentals. And I knew if he could get those down, like, okay, his schedule, he was part-time, but like, hey, when you're going to be part-time, like, I actually was harder on him. I was like, you need to show up. And, like,
Right.
if you don't, like, just like anybody else, like, I'm not going to work with you. I'm not going to be mad at you personally, but, like, it's just not going to be a good business fit.
Yeah.
So I really set a strong foundation. And, Rami, I don't know if you remember this, but I had given you the phone script, and I said to you, I need you to know this better than you know your date of birth. And he
I
was
do,
like,
by the day.
okay. I was like, I need you to, like, I'll role play it with
Yeah.
you, whatever you got to do. But, like, and one day we were in the kitchen, and I was like, call me. And he's like, okay, like, and like, I was like, click, call me, I call again, like, until he could get it down.
Got it.
And I just wanted to make sure going into his first couple of days that he had the confidence of, hey, somebody who's been doing this for a little bit, you know, believes that I can set appointments. And then lo and behold, Mike, we go into the office, he's dialing for in-home appointments, in his first hour, I check on him just because I was trying not to be like, you know, micromanaging.
Sure.
And I already micromanaged the whole phone script in my kitchen, right? So I was like, you know, let me not do that. Let me give him an hour, kind of see how he's doing.
Yeah.
So I go in there like 9 o'clock and I'm like, hey, like, how's your first dial day going? Because he's working old leads that I've already called a million times. And he's like, I mean, I think pretty good. I have like 9 scheduled. And I was like, 9 scheduled? I was like, and how did you rate them? Because I make you rate 1 to 4 if they're going to be there. And he's like, they're all pretty much like 3s, you know, like pretty. It's like, I think I'm doing pretty good. And I was just like, okay. Came back like an hour later. He's like, I have 16. I was like, okay, like, you know, and just like him understanding, like, I have to do the work to get the result allowed me to be able to be like, hey, we can do this together,
Right.
you know, and I'm not going to get frustrated with you in the process, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense. And I think that is something that people struggle with in general is you know, you recruit someone. Like, I think it's human nature to want to be accepted and liked.
Understood. 100%.
And I think that causes for a lot of lack of growth with an agency, right? Because if I recruit you, well, we get along. We have things in common. I like Marysa. I don't want to upset her.
Right.
Even though she did that wrong, I don't want to challenge her on that because what if she doesn't like me, Rami?
Yeah.
But honestly, who cares? It's not. This ain't a popularity contest. It's not a friendship club.
Exactly.
Now, it was even different with you because y'all had a relationship, you know, so but you were mature enough to know that is separate from this, right? Like, hey, we're going to go out on our date this week, we're do whatever we're going to do, but that has no connection to me helping Rami get better on the phone, right? Did you
Exactly.
feel that day one?
Yeah, you're right, 100%. Because what I realized is, especially now, I'll say this full confidently, having Marysa on my side helped me tremendously in my growth in the business.
Sure.
Now, a lot of people may look at it and think, like you said, it's going to be tough because, you know, she may be hard on you. I don't let her down. It's the opposite. You know, in reality, it pushed me. It's like, hey, I want to make sure that I'm, you know, doing her right. I want to know that she's doing a great job. The training is there. Everything makes sense. And at the end of the day, you want to show up for your partner, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I love Marysa. She's going to be my soon-to-be wife in the future. Like, she knows I'm proposing to her. I'm going to get married to her. We're having kids. So at the end of the day with me,
Did
all
we
I
just
want...
break that news here in the podcast? No, you knew.
Just real quick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, who knows? So basically, my point in saying that is that when you have that blind faith in somebody else, you
Yeah.
don't feel that type of the guy in the back of your head saying, hey, what if? It's really about what can be. What
Right.
can we do? And that really helped fuel us and kind of move forward and grow this thing pretty fast together.
Yeah.